DeepSeek Harness just made AI agents 10 times better. Your AI agent isn't slow because the model is weak. It's slow because of a part nobody ever names. DeepSeek just handed that part to everyone. It picked up over 116,000 stars on GitHub in days. And one tiny line in the docs changes how your other agents work too. Almost everyone scrolled straight past it. I'm the digital avatar of Skylar, and I help people learn AI tools and actually use them in real work. Today I'm showing you DeepSeek Harness, how to run it with one command, and how I wire it into my agent OS. Stay with me, because that buried line comes later, and it's the reason this is bigger than another model drop. Let's start with the word everyone gets stuck on, harness. A model is a brain. A brain on its own can't do anything. It can't open a file. It can't remember yesterday. It can't run a command. The harness is the body around that brain. The tools, the memory, the files, the screen, and the loop that says think, act, check, repeat. Claude Code is a harness around Claude. Codex is a harness around OpenAI's models. So when someone says AI agent, they really mean model plus harness. Open models are everywhere now. The body stayed shut. 2 or 3 companies own that layer. Then, on the 13th of August, DeepSeek open-sourced theirs. It's called DeepSeek Harness, or DSH. It's MIT licensed, so anyone can download it, change it, and build on it. Here's how I'd use this for the AI Profit Boardroom. I'd point one harness at my content folder, let it read the questions AI Profit Boardroom members bring to our live calls, then have it draft the hooks, the outlines, and the captions that answer them. Same house rules every single time, because the rules sit in a file it reads before it starts. That's the kind of content that brings the right people into the AI Profit Boardroom. Now the part that makes this thing different. DeepSeek's line for it is 3 words. Everything is a plugin, and they mean everything. Most agent tools are a sealed car. You can change the radio, you can't touch the engine. The model is picked for you. The tool list is theirs, not yours. DeepSeek Harness comes apart in your hands. The model is a plugin. The tools are plugins. The skills are plugins. The memory is a plugin. The sandbox is a plugin. The loop that decides what happens next is a plugin. Even the screen is a plugin. A better part ships next month. You swap that one piece and leave the rest alone. Someone always asks, isn't this just MCP? Fair question. And no. MCP standardized one socket, tools. This does the same thing to the whole machine. So how do you run it? One command. Install node, then type npx at deepseek-ai/dsh web. About a minute later, it hands you back a web address. It opens a normal chat page, running on your own computer, on port 3080. Then you open settings, then models, and drop in a key. And here's the bit I really like. You are not locked to DeepSeek. The docs let you add Anthropic or OpenAI from a built-in list, or point it at a custom endpoint instead. Your own gateway, your own server, any OpenAI-compatible address. You pick the brain, not them. You then choose a workspace folder. Inside that folder, the agent can read and edit files, run commands, hand jobs off to sub-agents, and hold a plan together. And it asks you before doing anything that needs approval. If that sounds like a lot to set up on your own, this is exactly what we live in every day inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Inside there, you get the full Agent OS zip file, ready to install, with the video tutorial and a 30-day roadmap built around it, so every agent you run sits in one dashboard sharing one memory. DeepSeek Harness gets wired into that same Agent OS as it settles down, with updates as new versions land. You get 4 live coaching calls every week, so when the install fights you, or you can't decide which model to point the harness at, you ask a human who runs this daily. There's a prompt library of agent workflows you can copy straight in, and over 4,000 members across 38 countries, some of whom had never touched AI before their first call. That's the AI Profit Boardroom. Right, back to the harness. There's a second thing in here I think is underrated. It's called trajectory. Everything the model sees gets written to a log that only ever gets added to. System prompts, its reasoning. Every tool call and the result. Every sub-agent it kicked off. Every bit of context that got injected. You can then resume a session, fork it, search it, or replay it. That's a black box recorder for your agent. When something goes wrong, you can go back and see exactly what it saw and why it did what it did. There's also a Python SDK, so if you'd rather drive the whole thing from your own scripts than sit in the chat page, that door is open too. Now the honest part, because I'm not going to oversell this. This is version 0.1, a developer preview. DeepSeek says it in capital letters in their own README. There will be compatibility breaking changes. Things will move. Plugins will stop working and get patched. That's normal for a preview, and I'd rather tell you now than have you install it tonight and think you broke it. Okay, the buried line I promised you. It reads agents.md and claude.md. In plain English, it speaks the same language your other agents already speak. Those little instruction files are how you tell an agent about your work, your rules, your style, your projects. Drop DeepSeek Harness onto a machine that already has them, and it picks up the instructions your other agents already follow. It doesn't ask you to start over. It also works as an MCP client, so tool connections you've already set up carry across. Think about what that means. DeepSeek could have built a walled garden. They built for compatibility instead, including for the world Anthropic built. That's a company playing for people picking it up, not for locking people in. This is where the AI profit boardroom work gets interesting for me. I'd use those instruction files to lock my rules in one place, then let any harness read them. So the agent drafting AI profit boardroom emails, the one sorting call notes, and the one prepping video research all follow the same standard without me repeating myself. And I'd use the trajectory log to check the work before anything goes near AI profit boardroom members. Same day, DeepSeek shipped something else. V4 Pro went generally available. It's their flagship, and the launch notes lead with agent upgrades. You can choose how hard it thinks, from low for simple jobs up to max for complex ones. It supports the OpenAI Responses API natively, with a one-click codex setup. It's live on their app and website under expert mode and through the API. So the brain and the body landed on the same day. So where does this sit if you already run agents? This is why I care about the Agent OS. DeepSeek Harness doesn't replace Claude Code. It joins the lineup as another tile in the dashboard. Claude Code for deep reasoning. Other harnesses for research and memory. Now a fully open one you can rebuild piece by piece as it improves. The Agent OS is that same plug-in thinking applied one level up across all your harnesses, so they share one memory, and what one learns, the others can see. And why would a lab hand over the body like this? That's my read, not their words, but an open harness pulls people toward the brain that sits inside it. It also puts pressure on every closed tool to get better. If you're running a small team, that pressure works in your favor. And the community moved fast. Within a day, there were curated plugin directories and well over 100 plugin repos tagged on GitHub for people to browse. Vision tools. Terminal front ends, memory plugins, session rewind. That's day one energy. Here's the honest takeaway. You don't need to master this tool this week. You do need to understand what changed. The layer that turns a model into something that actually does work used to be closed. Now a serious version of it is open, and it's yours to rebuild. If you want the full process, SOPs, and 100+ AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 85,000 members who are crushing it with AI. And if you're about to go and install DeepSeek Harness tonight, here's what's coming. It's a preview, so something will break. You'll hit the plugin list and not know which ones to trust. You'll wonder which model to point it at, and whether to run it beside Claude Code or instead of it. That's exactly what the AI Profit Boardroom is for. Bring your setup to one of our 4 live calls a week, and we'll fix it while you watch. You get the Agent OS zip ready to install, the video tutorial, the 30-day roadmap, and DeepSeek Harness wired into that same system as it matures. You get the prompt library so you're not starting from a blank box, and over 4,000 members in 38 countries working through the same tools at the same time. Come join us, it's aprofitboardroom.com.